In the vast expanse of history, few figures stand as tall and influential as Prophet Ibrahim, known to many as Abraham. His life, a tapestry woven with threads of faith, trials, and divine encounters, is a story that has shaped the spiritual foundation of billions across Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. But who was this man? What were the challenges he faced, and how did his unwavering faith transform the course of history? Born in the cradle of civilization, Ibrahim's journey begins in the heart of Mesopotamia, a land rich in culture but entrenched in idol worship. His early years were marked by a quest for truth, a search that set him apart from his contemporaries and even his own family. But Ibrahim was destined for more than a life of quiet contemplation. He would become a leader, a father of nations, and a symbol of unwavering faith. Early life and quest for truth. Ibrahim was born into a world dominated by idol worship and polytheism, a practice deeply entrenched in his culture and family. His father, Azar, was a well-known idol maker, crafting statues for the local temple. However, even as a young boy, Ibrahim questioned the logic and purpose of worshipping these lifeless figures. He observed the rituals, the prayers, and the offerings, but something inside him yearned for a greater truth. How could these statues, made by human hands, hold any divine power? This inner conflict led Ibrahim to seek answers beyond the visible world, setting the stage for a divine revelation, the divine call and challenge to his people. One night, as Ibrahim gazed upon the vast expanse of the night sky, he pondered the nature of creation. Could the stars, the moon, or the sun be the ultimate deity? His reasoning led him to reject each as they set and disappeared, realizing they were all part of a greater creation. This moment marked the beginning of his recognition of a single, omnipotent creator. Armed with newfound faith, Ibrahim began to preach the message of monotheism, urging his people to abandon idol worship and embrace the worship of one true God. However, his message was met with hostility and disbelief. His own father disowned him, and his community turned against him, deeming his teachings a threat to their traditional beliefs and practices. The trial by fire. Ibrahim's defiance of the local deities reached a climax when he publicly destroyed the idols in the temple, leaving only the largest one standing. When questioned, he suggested that the remaining idol could speak and should explain why the others were destroyed, exposing the absurdity of their beliefs. This act of defiance enraged the people, leading them to cast him into a massive fire as punishment. However, a miracle occurred. By the will of God, the fire did not harm Ibrahim. This event stunned the onlookers and reinforced his message, proving the power and protection of the one true God. Despite this miraculous event, many still refused to believe, but Ibrahim's faith remained unshaken. The journey and promise. Following these events, Ibrahim and his followers, including his wife Sarah, were commanded to leave their homeland and journey to a new land promised by God. This journey was not just a physical migration, but also a spiritual one, signifying a new covenant between God and Ibrahim. It was during this time that God promised Ibrahim that he would be the father of a great nation, despite his old age and Sarah's barrenness. In due time, Sarah bore him a son, Isaac, and through his second wife, Hagar, he fathered Ishmael. These sons would become the progenitors of great nations, fulfilling God's promise to Ibrahim. The birth of these children marked the beginning of a new chapter in Ibrahim's life, one that would be filled with further trials and divine tests. The test of faith, sacrifice. One of the most profound tests of Ibrahim's faith came when God commanded him to sacrifice his beloved son. The identity of the son varies between Islamic and Judeo-Christian traditions, with Muslims believing it was Ishmael and Jews and Christians believing it was Isaac. Regardless of the identity, the test was a monumental one. Ibrahim's willingness to obey despite the heartbreaking nature of the command demonstrated his absolute faith and submission to God's will. As Ibrahim prepared to carry out the sacrifice, an angel intervened, stopping him and providing a ram to sacrifice in place of his son. This event is commemorated in the Islamic tradition of Eid al-Adha, symbolizing submission to God's will and the mercy that accompanies faith. The legacy and final years. In his later years, Ibrahim continued to spread the message of monotheism and righteousness. One of his most significant contributions was the construction of the Kaaba in Mecca alongside his son Ishmael. This sacred structure would become the focal point of the Islamic faith, a symbol of unity and devotion for Muslims worldwide. To this day, the Kaaba stands as a testament to Ibrahim's enduring legacy, drawing millions of pilgrims every year in a tradition known as Hajj. This act of worship is a direct link to Ibrahim's life and teachings, underscoring his profound impact on the world. The eternal legacy of Prophet Ibrahim. Prophet Ibrahim's life is a testament to the power of faith, perseverance, and unwavering belief in a higher purpose. His story transcends religious boundaries, offering lessons of compassion, sacrifice, and devotion.